Hello, I am Harsha Sandorkar from the Media and Public Relations Committee of IIM Raipur. We're very honored to have with us today Dr. Mohit Sharma, who is an Associate Director HR and ODS at Synergy Consulting. We're very pleased to have you at the 8th HR Summit at IIM Raipur, sir.
Thank you.
So we have for you a few questions that we'd like for you to answer.
Sure.
So very first question, sir. How did your MBA prepare you with the necessary skills that are needed to address the challenges in fostering inclusive work environments?
So I think my MBA, kind of gave me a lot of direct exposure to what the corporate life would be, and that prepared me as a person to be more ready for the challenges that I probably would end up facing when I hit the ground, right? A lot of MBA schools now have started focusing, including IIM Raipur, right, have focused on developing the overall skills that are needed for the students basically to become professionals, right? And I think those efforts are kind of leading them to become be more ready at least, and equipped with the necessary skills that probably they would need once they actually get to join the professional organization.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, like you said, whatever atmosphere and whatever skills that we have been exposed to, we'll try to gain whatever benefits we can while we transition from campus to corporate, sir.
Sure.
So, next question, sir.
Yeah.
Is there any defining moment in your career where you realized the importance of belonging and inclusion in work environments?
I think there's never been a moment. It has been a journey overall, because when you start venturing out into HR as a career, you have to realize that you're called people manager for a reason, right? You are not called a human resource administrative, right? You're called people manager because you need to deal with people. And when you're dealing with people, that automatically means that every set of people, right, are part of that group. So from an organizational perspective, when you start hiring, when you start building engagement activities, when you start delivering on the goals that are assigned to you, and probably you start taking initiatives for the organization, you don't see that whether I am doing this for a particular community or a particular set of people who are in your organization. You do it for all, right? Yes, there are factors, there are indicators now that can help you to streamline your DEI index far more strongly, and more inclined towards how those metrics are an indicator of what your DEI practices are. But I think it has always been the necessary, and it should always remain as a necessary point.
Yes, sir. That's very insightful, sir. So moving on to our next question.
Sure.
At Synergy Consulting, sir, how do you happen to balance organizational development strategies while fostering a diverse culture?
So at Synergy Consulting, we have decided that we will not have one size fits all policy.
Okay.
So we do horses for courses, right? It's pretty clear, right? You cannot have one standard elementary rule and say that this is applicable for all of you, because we are a global firm, right? We have 14 different offices, and we realize that each office has its own necessities and own requirement in terms of the communication that we build, in terms of the practices that we follow for those offices, including the policies that you roll out for those offices, right? So certain offices might need a very different set of policies when it comes to leaves, for example, right? And India in particular might have to be dealt differently. So at Synergy Consulting, what we do is we curate policies, we customize processes to personalize the experience.
Yes. So next question, sir. Now, as we move out of campus to corporate, so sir, I'd like to ask you, what role does junior and middle management play in fostering inclusion, and how does HR leadership support in the same?
See, the first time managers, particularly, who are in this list of people that you are indicating, right, need to have this sensitized probably approach towards why inclusion and why diversity is being talked about. And if I may just put an example in why training becomes essential for them on a lot of these softer aspects, is because what we have been told and what we have seen as there's a legacy that you build in an organization, right? And the legacy is not just of the performance, but also an institutional knowledge that seniors pass to the juniors, right? When they pass the baton, let's say. So we need to understand that we are also building a social capital in the organization. And when you invest in social capital, you need to become more ready and more inclusive, because you want to invest in all the aspects to ensure there is a holistic approach, and a holistic return that you're getting out of that. So I think that's where it becomes more essential for junior managers, particularly, to follow this approach.
Yes, I'm sure the learnings that you've shared with us will definitely be beneficial to all our students, and
Thank
we
you.
emulate the same.
Thank
So,
you.
one final question, sir.
Sure.
Now that there are people in our first year and as well as second year who are now looking forward to have their career in HR leadership.
Yeah.
So, sir, what is that one advice you would offer to these MBA students?
I think the one of the most prominent advice I would want to give it to you is please learn your subjects well. I mean, I've asked people when they come for interviews, you will have to understand when you call yourself to be a business HR partner, you need to understand business is in exactly as good as the business guys do. Yes, you may not be accountable to deliver results because you might not be accountable to deliver results in terms of the revenues and stuff, but you are equally accountable to make an environment a conducive place
Yes.
to factor and ensure that those results are achieved. Because a lot of your practices, a lot of your takeaways, a lot of your demeanor, and a lot of the processes that you may want to roll out individually is going to impact that result, right?
Yes,
So,
sir.
one sincere request for all the successful MBA people who want to build a career in HR is be business agile, be business oriented, and be ready to fail as well. And I don't think you have to always use the approach that I am right or you're wrong. You can also be wrong. So be ready to fail and be ready to accept that things can be different than the way that you think.
The insights shared by you, sir, are indeed very invaluable.
Thank you.
And out of your experience, whatever you've shared with us, we'll definitely try to imbibe those in our. We're very pleased to have you here
Thank
at
you.
the
It's
HR Summit and would love for you to be here again in future.
absolutely. It's been a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for organizing
Thank
this.
you so
Thanks
much,
a lot.
sir.
Take care. Bye.